Harvey Specter is about to lose the biggest case of his career, not because of the opposing lawyers, not because of bad evidence, because Litt just handed their entire strategy to the other side. The case is worth $400 million. Harvey's client is a tech company trying to acquire a competitor. The deal has been in the works for 8 months. If it falls apart now, Harvey's client loses everything, and Harvey's reputation takes a hit he might never recover from. Louis did this on purpose. He leaked confidential information to opposing counsel. He sabotaged Harvey's case because he felt disrespected, because Harvey made him feel small one too many times. Now Harvey has 72 hours before the final hearing. The other side knows every move Harvey planned to make. They have counter-arguments prepared for strategies they shouldn't even know about. Harvey is walking into an ambush. Everyone expects Harvey to destroy Louis when he finds out, to expose him, to get him fired, to ruin his career the way Louis just tried to ruin Harvey's. But Harvey Specter doesn't do what people expect. What he does next changes everything. Not just for this case, for his entire relationship with Litt. This is the story of how Harvey turned his biggest saboteur into his most loyal ally. 3 weeks earlier, Harvey walks into the Pearson Hardman conference room. His client, David Chen, is already there. David runs Apex Technologies. He wants to acquire his main competitor, Summit Tech. The deal will make Apex the dominant player in cloud security. The problem is Summit Tech doesn't want to be acquired. They're fighting it. They hired Cameron Dennis to represent them. Cameron used to be Harvey's mentor. Now he's Harvey's rival. Jessica Pearson sits at the head of the table. She brought this client to the firm. This deal matters to her. It matters to everyone. Harvey spreads out the documents. We have 3 weeks until the shareholder vote, he says. Summit's board is trying to convince shareholders to reject the acquisition. David leans forward. Cameron Dennis is telling everyone our offer is too low, that we're trying to steal his company. He's lying, Harvey responds. Your offer is fair, generous, even. We just need to prove it. Jessica looks at Harvey. What's your strategy? Harvey has been working on this for 2 months. We demonstrate that Summit Tech is overvalued. Their financials look good on paper, but they're hiding problems. Declining market share, customer churn, technical debt in their core product. Can you prove all that? David asks. Mike is compiling the evidence now, Harvey tells him. By the hearing, we'll have everything we need. Jessica nods. She trusts Harvey. Keep me updated. The meeting ends. Harvey walks back to his office. He passes Litt in the hallway. Louis is carrying a stack of files. He doesn't look at Harvey. He never does anymore. Louis used to try to compete with Harvey. He used to want Harvey's approval. But over the years, something changed. Harvey's constant dismissals wore him down. Now Louis just stays out of Harvey's way. Harvey doesn't notice. He's focused on the Apex case. He has 3 weeks to take apart Summit Tech's defense. 3 weeks to beat Cameron Dennis. He doesn't see the resentment building in Louis. He doesn't know that Louis is about to make the biggest mistake of his career. 1 week later, Harvey is working late. It's past midnight. Mike Ross walks into his office. I finished the analysis, Mike says. He looks tired. He's been working on this for days. Harvey takes the document. It's a comprehensive breakdown of Summit Tech's weaknesses. Customer retention numbers are down 15% year over year. Their flagship product hasn't had a major update in 3 years. 2 of their biggest clients are in talks with competitors. This is good, Harvey says. It's better than good. It's devastating. Cameron Dennis won't see this coming. Mike sits down. He'll try to discredit our sources. He can try, Harvey responds. But the numbers don't lie. They spend the next hour refining their strategy. They identify which points to emphasize, which witnesses to call, how to structure their argument for maximum impact. Harvey is confident. This is what he does. He finds the weakness and exploits it. Cameron Dennis taught him that. Now Harvey is going to use it against him. What Harvey doesn't know is that Litt is still in the office. Louis is in the library. He's working on a different case. A smaller case. The kind of case Harvey never touches anymore. Louis hears Harvey and Mike talking. He hears the confidence in Harvey's voice. The certainty, the assumption of victory. Something breaks inside Louis. He's worked at this firm for 12 years. He's a good lawyer. A great lawyer, even. But Harvey gets the prestigious cases. Harvey gets Jessica's attention. Harvey gets everything. Louis makes a decision. It's a bad decision. the kind that ruins careers. But in that moment, he doesn't care. The next morning, Louis leaves the office early. He goes to a coffee shop 3 blocks away. Cameron Dennis is waiting for him. They don't shake hands. Cameron just looks at Louis. "You said you had information." Louis hesitates. He can still walk away. He can still stop this. But then he remembers Harvey's dismissive tone yesterday. The way Harvey looked through him like he wasn't there. The way Harvey made him feel invisible. Louis slides a folder across the table. "Harvey Specter's strategy for the Apex case," he says quietly. Everything he plans to argue. Every weakness he found in Summit Tech. Cameron opens the folder. He reads for a moment. Then he looks up at Louis. "Why are you doing this?" Louis doesn't have a good answer. "Because Harvey needs to lose," he says finally. Cameron closes the folder. "This helps me. But it destroys you if anyone finds out." "They won't find out," Louis tells him. But his voice shakes when he says it. Cameron stands up. "Thank you, Louis." He takes the folder and walks out. Louis sits alone in the coffee shop. He just committed legal malpractice. He just betrayed his firm. He just sabotaged Harvey Specter. He tells himself Harvey deserved it. He tells himself this makes things fair. But deep down, Louis knows the truth. He just made the worst mistake of his life. 2 days before the hearing, Harvey notices something wrong. Cameron Dennis filed new motions. Motions that directly counter Harvey's planned arguments. Motions that shouldn't exist because Cameron couldn't have known what Harvey was planning. Harvey reads through the filings. His strategy is compromised. Every point he planned to make, Cameron has a pre-prepared response. Every weakness Harvey found, Cameron has an explanation, ready. This isn't coincidence. This isn't good lawyering. This is impossible unless Cameron somehow knew Harvey's entire strategy in advance. Mike walks into Harvey's office. "Have you seen Cameron's filings?" "I'm reading them now," Harvey says. His voice is calm. But Mike knows Harvey well enough to hear the anger underneath. "How did he know?" Mike asks. Harvey doesn't answer immediately. He's thinking, going through possibilities. There's only one explanation that makes sense. Someone told Cameron. Someone at Pearson Hardman leaked their strategy. "Find out who had access to our case files." Harvey tells Mike. "Everyone who could have seen our analysis." Mike's eyes widen. "You think someone inside the firm did this?" "I know someone did," Harvey responds. "Find out who." Mike leaves. Harvey sits at his desk. He's been betrayed before, but never by someone at his own firm. Never by someone he trusted. He makes a list in his mind. Who had access? Who knew the details? Who would have a reason to sabotage him? The answer comes to him slowly. Then all at once. Louis Litt. Louis had access to the case files. Louis was in the office that night. Harvey and Mike discussed strategy. Louis has resented Harvey for years. Harvey doesn't want to believe it. Louis is petty. Louis is insecure. But Louis isn't a traitor, except maybe he is. Harvey picks up his phone. He calls Donna. "I need you to check something," he says. "Pull the access logs for the Apex case files. See who looked at them in the last 2 weeks." Donna doesn't ask questions. She just does it. 10 minutes later, she walks into Harvey's office. Her face tells him everything before she speaks. "Louis accessed the files 4 days ago," she says. "Late at night. He was in the system for 47 minutes. Harvey closes his eyes. He was right. Louis betrayed him. "What are you going to do?" Donna asks. Harvey thinks about his options. He could expose Louis. He could go to Jessica. Louis would be fired. Probably disbarred. His career would be over. But that doesn't solve Harvey's immediate problem. The hearing is in 2 days. Cameron Dennis still has all of Harvey's strategy. Destroying Louis now doesn't help Harvey win the case. "I need to think," Harvey says. Donna leaves. Harvey sits alone in his office. Louis Litt just tried to destroy him. The question is, what does Harvey Specter do about it? That night, Harvey doesn't go home. He stays at the office. He's rebuilding his entire strategy. If Cameron knows what Harvey planned to argue, then Harvey needs a completely different approach. Mike is with him. They work through the night. By 4 in the morning, they have something. It's not as strong as their original strategy, but it might work. Harvey's phone buzzes. It's a text from Donna. Louis is in the office, conference room B. Harvey stands up. It's time. He walks to conference room B. Louis is sitting at the table. He's working on something. He looks tired. Guilty. Harvey opens the door. Louis looks up. The color drains from his face. Harvey, Louis says, I didn't hear you come in. Harvey closes the door behind him. He doesn't sit down. We need to talk, he says. Louis's hands start to shake. About what? You know what? Harvey responds. His voice is quiet. Dangerous. Louis tries to maintain composure. I'm working on the Hendricks deposition. If this is about office assignments again, You gave Cameron Dennis our strategy. Harvey interrupts. You leaked confidential case information to opposing counsel. You committed malpractice. And you did it to sabotage me. Louis goes completely still. For a moment, he considers lying, but he can see in Harvey's eyes that Harvey knows. Harvey has proof. How did you find out? Louis asks quietly. Because I'm better at this than you are, Harvey says. You accessed the case files. You were in the office when Mike and I discussed strategy. And Cameron's filings are too perfect. He knows things he couldn't know unless someone told him. Louis looks down at his hands. Are you going to tell Jessica? I should, Harvey responds. You betrayed the firm. You betrayed our client. You tried to destroy my case. I should have you disbarred. Then do it, Louis says. There's no fight in his voice. He knows he's caught. He knows his career is over. Harvey studies him for a long moment. This is the moment everyone expected. The moment Harvey destroys Louis Litt. But Harvey is thinking about something else. Why did you do it? Harvey asks. Louis looks up, surprised by the question. Because you treat me like I'm nothing, he says. The words come out bitter, angry. For 12 years, I've worked at this firm. I've won cases. I've brought in clients. But you act like I'm invisible. Like I don't matter. So you decided to sabotage the biggest case of my career. I wanted you to lose, Louis admits. I wanted you to feel what it's like to fail. Just once. Just so you'd know you're not perfect. Harvey doesn't respond immediately. He's seeing something he didn't see before. Louis isn't just petty. He's hurt, wounded by years of dismissal and disrespect. Harvey makes a decision. It's not the decision people expect, but it's the right one. I'm not going to tell Jessica, Harvey says. Louis blinks. What? I'm not going to expose you, Harvey continues. I'm not going to have you fired or disbarred. Why not? Louis's voice is barely a whisper. Because that doesn't help me win this case, Harvey explains. Cameron Dennis has my strategy. I need to beat him anyway. And I need your help to do it. Louis stares at Harvey like he's speaking a foreign language. You want my help? After what I did? You're a good lawyer, Louis, Harvey says. You're thorough. You're smart. You know corporate law better than almost anyone in this firm. I've been too stupid to see that. Too arrogant to use it. I don't understand, Louis says. Harvey sits down across from Louis. Here's what's going to happen. You're going to help me rebuild our case strategy. You're going to work with me and Mike for the next 48 hours. We're going to find a way to beat Cameron Dennis even though he knows what we planned. And if we lose? Then we lose together, Harvey responds. But I don't lose, Louis. And if you work with me, neither do you. Louis doesn't know what to say. Harvey Specter should be destroying him right now. Instead, Harvey is giving him a chance to fix this, to prove himself, to actually matter. Why are you doing this? Louis asks. Harvey looks him in the eye. Because I've been a terrible colleague to you. I've dismissed you. I've belittled you. I made you feel like you don't belong here. That was wrong. And this is me making it right. By trusting me, after I betrayed you, by showing you what you're actually capable of, Harvey says. You're better than this sabotage, Louis. You're better than leaking information because you're angry. You're a lawyer who can help win impossible cases. So stop wasting time feeling sorry for yourself and help me win this one. Louis feels something shift inside him. Harvey Specter just told him he's valuable. Harvey Specter just said he needs Louis's help. It's what Louis has wanted for 12 years, and he's getting it at the moment he least deserves it. What do you need me to do? Louis asks. Come with me, Harvey says. He stands up. Louis follows him to Harvey's office. Mike is there, surrounded by documents. Mike looks up. He sees Louis. His expression hardens. What's he doing here? He's helping us win, Harvey says simply. Mike looks at Harvey in disbelief. Harvey, he's the reason we're in this mess. I know, Harvey responds. And now he's going to help get us out of it. Mike wants to argue. But he trusts Harvey. If Harvey says Louis is helping, then Louis is helping. Even if it makes no sense. Harvey spreads out the documents on his desk. Cameron knows we were going to argue that Summit Tech is overvalued, so we need a different approach. We need something Cameron won't expect, something he can't prepare for. Louis looks at the documents. His mind starts working, analyzing, looking for angles. This is what he's good at. This is what he's always been good at. What if we don't argue they're overvalued at all? Louis says slowly. What if we argue the opposite? Harvey and Mike both look at him. Explain, Harvey says. Louis picks up one of the financial reports. Summit Tech's board is telling shareholders that Apex's offer is too low, that the company is worth more. What if we agree with them? That makes no sense, Mike says. We want to acquire them at this price. Let me finish. Louis continues. He's gaining confidence now. We agree the company is worth more. Then we demonstrate that Summit's management has systematically undervalued their own company through poor decisions. We argue that under Apex's management, Summit Tech will finally reach its true value. Harvey starts to smile. We turn their defense into our offense. Exactly, Louis says. They've been arguing they're worth more than our offer. We say, you're right. You are worth more, but only if Apex acquires you. Under current management, you'll never get there. Mike sees it now too. Cameron prepared for us to attack Summit's value. He didn't prepare for us to validate it and then attack their management instead. It's risky, Harvey says, but he's thinking it through, looking at the angles, seeing how it could work. We'd need to show that Summit's board has made consistently poor strategic decisions. I can find that, Louis says eagerly. Give me access to their board meeting minutes, their strategic planning documents. I'll find every mistake they've made for the last 5 years. Harvey makes a decision. Do it. Mike, you work with Louis. I need everything by tomorrow night. Louis and Mike look at each other. There's still tension. Mike hasn't forgiven Louis, but they both want to win this case. So they'll work together. The next 36 hours are brutal. Harvey, Mike, and Louis work almost without sleep. They tear apart Summit Tech's corporate history. They find board decisions that destroyed value, strategic mistakes that cost market share, management conflicts that paralyzed the company. Louis is relentless. He finds things Harvey and Mike missed. He connects dots they didn't see. He's proving what Harvey told him. He's showing what he's capable of when he's actually given a chance. At 3 a.m, Harvey looks at Louis across the conference table. This is good work, Louis. Louis looks up, surprised. Harvey doesn't give compliments easily. Thank you. I mean it, Harvey continues. You found the angle that's going to win this case. I should have been using you like this years ago. Louis doesn't know what to say. He spent 12 years wanting Harvey's respect. Now he's earning it. At the worst possible time. In the best possible way. By the morning of the hearing, they're ready. They have a completely new strategy. Cameron Dennis won't see it coming. He prepared for the wrong fight. They walk into the courtroom together, Harvey, Mike, and Louis. David Chen meets them there. He looks nervous. Are we ready? We're ready, Harvey tells him. His voice is confident. Certain. Cameron Dennis is already at the opposing counsel's table. He looks smug. He thinks he's already won. He has Harvey's original strategy. He has responses prepared. This should be easy. The judge enters. Everyone stands. The hearing begins. Harvey stands up for his opening statement. He looks at Cameron Dennis. Your Honor, I'd like to begin by agreeing with opposing counsel about something. They're right. Summit Tech is worth more than Apex Technologies is offering. Cameron's smile falters. That wasn't what he expected. Harvey continues. Summit Tech is a company with enormous potential, innovative technology, a strong customer base, a clear market opportunity. They should be worth far more than they currently are. The question is, why aren't they? Harvey pauses. The courtroom is silent. Summit Tech isn't reaching its potential because of one thing: management. For 5 years, Summit's board has made consistently poor strategic decisions. They've prioritized short-term gains over long-term growth. They've ignored customer feedback. They've failed to innovate. And they've systematically undervalued their own company. Harvey presents the evidence. Louis' research. Board meeting minutes showing strategic mistakes. Financial reports showing opportunities missed. Customer surveys showing dissatisfaction with management decisions. Cameron tries to object, but he can't. This isn't what he prepared for. He has responses to arguments about overvaluation. He has nothing for this. Louis watches from the gallery. He's not allowed at the counsel table. He didn't work on the case officially, but he's watching his research destroy Cameron Dennis's defense. Harvey keeps going. Apex Technologies isn't trying to steal Summit Tech. Apex is trying to save it. Under Apex's management, Summit Tech will finally reach the value its board claims it deserves. The shareholders know this. That's why they're voting to approve this acquisition. Not because they're being fooled, but because they see what Summit's current management can't. That this company needs new leadership. Harvey sits down. Cameron Dennis stands up for his rebuttal. He tries to defend Summit's management. But Harvey already proved they made mistakes. Cameron's arguments sound hollow, desperate. The hearing lasts 4 hours. Harvey methodically dismantles every defense Cameron offers. Mike provides evidence on cue. The strategy works perfectly. Finally, the judge makes her ruling. I find the proposed acquisition to be in the best interests of Summit Tech shareholders. The vote will proceed as scheduled. Harvey wins. Cameron Dennis loses. The case is over. Outside the courthouse, David Chen shakes Harvey's hand. That was incredible. You completely changed your strategy. How did you know to do that? Harvey looks back at the courthouse. Louis is standing on the steps. I had help from someone who sees angles I miss. Back at the office, Harvey finds Louis in his office. Louis is packing up his things. He assumes he's still getting fired. The case is won. Harvey doesn't need him anymore. Harvey walks in. What are you doing? I figured you'd want me to clear out, Louis says quietly. Now that the case is over. Why would I want that? Harvey asks. Because I sabotaged you. Because I betrayed the firm. Because you're the reason we won. Harvey interrupts. Your research. Your strategy. Your angle. We don't win that case without you. Louis stops packing. You thought wrong, Harvey says. Louis, I've been an arrogant idiot for 12 years. I dismissed you because I saw you as competition, or worse, as beneath me. I was wrong. You're a brilliant lawyer. And from now on, I'm going to treat you like one. What does that mean? Louis asks. It means I want you on my cases, Harvey tells him. I want your research, your insights, your thorough approach that finds things I miss. I want us to work together, really work together, not as rivals. As colleagues, Louis feels something he hasn't felt in years. Respected, valued, like he matters. I don't deserve this, Louis says. Not after what I did. You're right, Harvey agrees. You don't deserve it, but I'm giving it to you anyway, because that's what I should have done years ago. So stop arguing and accept it. Louis nods slowly. Okay, good, Harvey says. He turns to leave, then stops. And Louis? Don't ever betray me again. Because next time, I won't be this forgiving. There won't be a next time, Louis says. His voice is firm. Certain. I promise. Harvey looks at him. He believes it. No. 3 months later, Harvey and Louis are working on another case together. It's late at night. They're in Harvey's office. Louis is reviewing contracts. Harvey is preparing for a deposition. Donna walks in with coffee. You two are actually working together. I never thought I'd see the day. Louis is the best contracts lawyer in this firm, Harvey says. It would be stupid not to use him. Louis looks up. Even after 3 months, he's still not used to Harvey complimenting him. Still not used to being treated as an equal. How did this happen? Donna asks. You two spent years hating each other. Harvey looks at Louis. Louis looks back. They both know the answer, but neither of them says it out loud. Some things are better left unspoken. We figured out we're better together than apart, Harvey says finally. Donna shakes her head. You two are weird. She leaves. Louis goes back to his contracts. Harvey goes back to his notes. They work in comfortable silence. The kind of silence that only exists between people who understand each other. Jessica Pearson watches from her office window. She can see Harvey and Louis working together. She's heard the rumors. She knows something happened during the Apex case. Something that changed their relationship. She doesn't know the details. Harvey never told her about Louis's betrayal. Louis never confessed. Whatever happened, they resolved it themselves. Jessica approves. Harvey and Louis together are formidable. More formidable than either of them alone. If they can maintain this partnership, they'll be unstoppable. Down in Harvey's office, Louis finds something in the contracts. Harvey, look at this clause. Harvey looks. Louis found a loophole. Something Harvey missed. Something that changes their entire approach to the case. That's brilliant, Harvey says. He means it. Louis smiles. A real smile. Not the forced smile he used to give Harvey. Not the smile that hid resentment and jealousy. A genuine smile that comes from being respected, from being valued, from finally belonging. We make a good team, Louis says. Harvey nods. We do. And they do. Because Harvey Specter learned something important during the Apex case. He learned that destroying your enemies isn't always the answer. Sometimes, turning them into allies is better, stronger, more effective. Louis Litt tried to sabotage Harvey's biggest case. He betrayed him. He tried to ruin him. And Harvey responded by showing Louis his own value, by giving him respect instead of revenge, by turning an enemy into the most loyal ally Harvey will ever have. That's why Harvey Specter is the best closer in New York City. Not because he destroys everyone who opposes him, but because he knows when destruction is the wrong move. When building someone up serves him better than tearing them down. Louis will never betray Harvey again. He'll defend Harvey. He'll support Harvey. He'll stand with Harvey when everyone else walks away. Because Harvey gave Louis something more powerful than fear. Harvey gave Louis respect. And Louis Litt will spend the rest of his career earning it. Harvey Specter turned his biggest saboteur into his strongest ally. Not with threats, not with revenge, but with something far more powerful. Recognition, respect, and a chance to prove his worth. That's the Harvey Specter way. That's why he wins. Not just cases, but loyalty, trust, the things that matter more than any verdict. Louis Litt learned that the hard way, and Harvey Specter taught him. In the best way possible.